You get a raise. Finally, your paycheck goes from $3,000 a month to $3,800. You tell yourself, this is it. This is when I finally start building real wealth. Fast forward 6 months, your apartment is nicer. Your car payment is higher. Your subscription's doubled. You're eating out more. And somehow, you're still living paycheck to paycheck. You're not broke, but you're not getting ahead either. It feels like no matter how much you earn, your life just expands to swallow it. If that feels uncomfortably familiar, that's not an accident. You've hit something I call the comfort ceiling, and most people never break through it. My name is Hailey, and I spend way too much time thinking about how people sabotage their own wealth without realizing it. If you're someone who works hard, gets raises, maybe even earns above average income but still feels stuck financially, make sure to hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up if this helps you out. Because today we're not just talking about budgeting. We're talking about the invisible limit that quietly caps your financial life. Here's the thing, most people think their biggest financial problem is income. It's easy to invest when you make $150,000. If I just made $20,000 more, everything would change. But here's what most people don't realize. For the majority of middle-income earners, income is not the limiting factor. Comfort is. The comfort ceiling is the lifestyle level where you feel safe enough, successful enough, and normal enough relative to the people around you. And once you hit it, you unconsciously spend up to it. Not because you're irresponsible, because your brain is wired for comfort and social belonging. According to a Federal Reserve survey of consumer finances, nearly 36% of households making over $100,000 a year live paycheck to paycheck. Let that sink in. 6 figures, still broke. And a Lending Club report found that even among people earning $150,000 plus, about 1/3 still say they struggle to cover monthly expenses. This isn't an income problem, it's a ceiling problem. Let's break this down with real numbers. Say you earn $60,000 per year. After taxes, maybe you take home around $4,000 per month. You spend $1,500 on rent, $500 on car plus insurance, $800 on food, $400 on utilities plus subscriptions, $600 on random spending. You save $200. Not great, not terrible. Now you get a raise to $80,000. Take home becomes roughly $5,200 per month. Logically, your savings should jump from $200 to $1,400. But what happens instead? You move to a nicer apartment, $2,000, upgrade your car, $700, eat out more, $1,000, subscriptions grow, $600, lifestyle spending, $800. Now you're saving $100. This is where it gets really interesting. Your income increased 33%. Your lifestyle increased 40%. And your savings rate actually went down. That's the comfort ceiling adjusting upward. Now you might be thinking, okay Hailey, that's just lifestyle inflation. I've heard that before. Yes, but it goes deeper than that. Lifestyle inflation is the symptom. The comfort ceiling is the cause. Here's what's happening psychologically. Humans adapt incredibly fast. Research in behavioral psychology shows that after positive financial changes like raises or bonuses, your happiness spike fades within months. That new apartment, normal. That new car, normal. That higher standard of living becomes your baseline. So now maintaining it feels necessary. Look, you don't compare yourself to billionaires. You compare yourself to coworkers, friends, siblings. If your coworkers upgrade apartments after a promotion, you feel pressure to match it. Not consciously, subconsciously, because being behind socially triggers discomfort. And your brain hates discomfort more than it loves long-term wealth. 3. Identity expansion. Here's what most people don't realize. Every raise changes your identity. You don't just earn more. You start thinking, I'm someone who can afford this. And once something fits your identity, downgrading feels like failure. Even if it's financially smart. That's the real trap. Part 4. The invisible cap on wealth. Let's zoom out. If you consistently increase spending to match income, here's what happens over 20 years. Scenario: you earn an average of $80,000 over your career. You save 5%, That's $4,000 per year invested. At a 7% return over 25 years. Roughly $275,000. Scenario B, same income. You save 20%, $16,000 per year invested. At 7% over 25 years, over $1,100,000. Same salary. 4 times the wealth, the difference. Breaking the comfort ceiling, not earning more. The moment it clicked for me story, let me tell you a quick story. A friend of mine, let's call him Daniel, went from making $45,000 to $120,000 in 5 years. Huge jump. You'd expect him to be crushing it financially. Instead, he had a $2,400 apartment, $900 car payment, designer everything, credit card balances, 0 investments. He wasn't irresponsible. He just kept expanding to his new comfort zone. One day he told me, "I don't feel rich. I just feel normal." That sentence stuck with me. Because wealth isn't about feeling normal. It's about building a gap between what you earn and what you need. And the comfort ceiling destroys that gap. Wealth is not income. It's not assets. It's not net worth screenshots on Instagram. Wealth is control over your future time. And mathematically, it comes down to one thing: the size of your surplus. Income, lifestyle equals freedom gap. Here's the brutal truth. If your lifestyle grows as fast as your income, your freedom gap stays flat. You're just running faster on a treadmill. Now here's where it gets uncomfortable. Breaking the comfort ceiling doesn't feel good at first, because it means saying no to upgrades you technically can afford, living below peers who make less than you, driving the older car, staying in the cheaper apartment. Alright, let's get practical. Every time you get a raise, pre-decide, 50% goes to investments. Maybe 30% improves lifestyle, 20% increases cash cushion. But don't let 100% go to comfort. Automate this before your brain adaptation. Sit down and calculate, how much do I actually need to live comfortably? Not impressively, comfortably. For many people, that number is far lower than their spending suggests. Clarity lowers the ceiling. Step 3. Delay big upgrades by 12 months. When income increases, wait a full year before major lifestyle changes. If you still want it after 12 months and it fits your long-term plan, fine. But most impulses fade. Not income. Stop flexing salary. Track savings rate. A person earning $70,000 saving 30% is building wealth faster than someone earning $150,000 saving 5%. Savings rate reveals whether you've broken the ceiling. Here's what most people don't realize. The people who become truly wealthy don't necessarily earn insane incomes. They maintain controlled lifestyles while income scales. That growing gap compounds. Over decades, quietly, boringly, powerfully, and eventually. Their investments earn more than their job. That's when the ceiling shatters. This is where it gets really interesting. When you stop upgrading every time your income rises, something unexpected happens. You start feeling powerful, because you realize, I don't need this. And that shift from needing to choosing is financial maturity. It's subtle, but it's everything. Closing motivation. Look, the comfort ceiling is invisible. No one warns you about it. No one teaches it in school. But it's the reason so many smart, hard-working people feel stuck despite earning more every year. You don't need a massive raise. You need a widening gap. You need controlled lifestyle growth. You need discipline when no one's watching. Because 5 years from now, the difference between matching your income to your comfort and capping your comfort below your income could be the difference between stress and freedom. So here's my challenge. The next time your income goes up, don't upgrade immediately. Pause. Decide. Break the ceiling. Because wealth isn't built when you earn more. It's built when you refuse to expand. And if this video made you think differently about money, hit subscribe. Because we're not here to look rich. We're here to actually become free.